Welcome to the white carpet here on Joy News on Multi TV. So tonight, issues we are looking at include one time Achame still beefing. What could exactly be the issue that after 10 years of break apart, they are still beefing with each other? Well, we shall attempt to look into that one. At Shatta Wale, seriously, this is Samini. Why, after all, after Samini said some beautiful things about him, why will he come back dissing him? And then FOKN boys, they indeed have shaved their dreadlocks. So we'll be showing you that picture. They indeed have taken off those dreads you're seeing currently in your video. So our critics, as usual, will join us to interrogate these issues. And as always, my name is Gladys Osei Oredu, and the white carpet is brought to you by Airtel. So you can be part of the show through WhatsApp, and the number is 0267-0267-844-024. It's on your screen. So keep the number, and you can keep your contributions, opinions coming through that number. You can tell us where you are chilling out tonight. And you never know, I always say, you may find us there with you. So my costume, as usual, is by Sparrow Couture. Sparrow Couture is at Shashi. You can reach them on 0244-792-532. Let me quickly tell you about what's happening around town tonight. So, Lansine Kuyate, the Malian balafon maestro, is collaborating. It will surely put you in a hypnotic trance. Yeah, so if you find yourself there, and it's going to do that with a unique sonic landscape beyond African music, rock, jazz, electro. So yeah, if you have an idea, if you're a jazz fan, of course you have a good idea what I'm talking about. We got a feed, we will try to bring you the feed, so we give you snippets of exactly what Kuyate and Neman are going to give you tonight at the Alliance Concert. So if you are not there, you can start getting yourself ready and be there. And you know, David and Neman, they are on an African tour, and so after the Ghana stop, they are going to be in some other African countries to continue with the African tour. So as usual, we feed you with what's happening around town tonight. And of course, you can be at the stadium if you're not the jazzy type and you are the hip-hop, poppy, hip life type. Yeah, you can be at the stadium where P-Square and a number of other artists are giving you a treat to good pop tunes. So Kabna is going to be there. You have a good idea what's up at the stadium. Of course, the Foresight TV Music Video Awards is also happening at the AICC tonight. So, hey, why not? You have too much to fill your night than to be in the sofa and feel bored. But of course, you should do that after the white carpet. So, let me take you back to the Alliance Française, where David and Kuyate is actually treating you to all that is jazzy. Who is performing now is actually not Kuyate, it's the Japanese couple. They are actually opening the event with their own rendition of jazz. So why not? You have too much to fill your night. Let me just keep my mouth shut and allow you to simmer in what the tunes are about. That indeed, it's so lifting. So if you are all that jazzy person, then of course you know what this actually did for you. That was by the Japanese couple who also do jazz. We take a short break here. When we come back, we're still on the white carpet. Right, so welcome back. You're still on the white carpet. This is the time I tell you what's in vogue in the entertainment industry. So local fabrics have for decades been used for the design of beautiful clothing, especially for women who wear them to various functions. But it appears the latest craze where pieces of these local fabrics are joined together to make clothes has become the latest fashion trend. As Rebecca Darko reports, there is a seeming mad rush for the so-called Asansa cloth by both men and women.
Fashion is dynamic yet seasonal, hence it is no surprise that every once in a while something considered old-fashioned pops up and becomes trendy again. So it is not exactly strange that today's cloth makers are taking inspiration from the past.
Formally, when we are talking about Asansa, it means someone who is in poor condition and the person cannot afford money to buy clothes. So those ones, it can be an auntie, a sister, have them in small sizes, then they join together. But now, in terms of the fashion designers, they have introduced Asansa in a different style, and they have turned it into a fashion.
Asansa is no more for the poor people, okay? And I need to use a platform to change this perception. Asansa is no longer the use for poor people. It goes in for the rich, the poor. Everybody can put on Asansa. If you really believe who you are, if you want to make your country proud, you want to make yourself proud to be an African, just get Asansa. That's what is making it now.
But it appears the origin of the Asansa cloth does not really matter to the new generation of fashionistas.
Said it was for the poor those days, but now it's fashionable and it's nice. You can dress with it, go anywhere that you want. So it's like they all love it. For instance, today everybody, there are so many people here today because of the patch. They like it, they love it. It's nice and it's all right. So the old things are coming these days, but we need to modify them. The way we are doing, we are modifying them is nice.
The Asansa craze appears to have extended into the media as television presenters are sometimes seen wearing clothes made from combined fabrics almost like the Asansa. So we can say that the Asansa is really here to stay, at least for the long haul. Demand for Asansa clothing may be falling, but certainly not for other items like bags, shoes and purses made from the colorful combination. Well, now that may be the future of Asansa.
So, of course, if you haven't grabbed your Asansa yet, well, then you have an idea where you've been left at in the fashion trend industry. Well, so the number to drop your opinion, comments, views, whatever, is 0267 844 024. Chat with me, talk to me on the white carpet, be part of the show. So the white carpet is brought to you by Airtel. So in a moment, I will be joined by this vivacious female songstress whose funk and contemporary style, coupled with her distinct sound and alluring spiritual lyrics, made her a favorite of many gospel music lovers across the country. So I am talking about Jeal Wiafe. Stay tuned, she'll be here in a moment.
Yo, Papa San and Jeal.
Won't give up the fight.
Yo, more than life to me, Jesus.
Like a winter summer breeze, blowing through my hair.
Talk to them now.
More than I can see.
Sing to them now.
Presence everywhere.
God every time.
I feel you in my heart.
Yeah, now.
My soul cries out for you.
Zaga, zaga, zaga.
You're so real to me.
Yeah. Hey.
It's more than deja vu.
Come on. Hey.
Take me to the place where peace will heal my soul. I'm walking on my tears.
What do you have them there?
Hold me by my hand. Like the sun into the day.
Don't mistake that to be something else. It is actually gospel reggae dancehall. So if you haven't experienced that yet, well, Jeal just showed you one. Hi, Jeal. Welcome to the white carpet.
Thank you for having me.
It's a good feeling having you here. What's up?
What's up?
What has Jeal been up to?
Well, I was working on this particular song.
Okay.
And I just came out with it, so I'm here to, show my fans and, Ghana.
Did you rap in there?
No, I didn't rap.
Otherwise, I was going to ask you to rap right here.
Oh, I can rap.
Oh, okay, so yeah, give us a feel. I'll just give you the beats. Which would be...
I'll rap another time.
Come on. I'm all set for it. I'm ready to give the beats. And are you a shy person?
A little bit.
So if you had to preach the word of God, does it have to do anything? Does it have to do anything with shyness?
No. Preaching is like my gift. Like, honestly, it's not like rapping is not my gift, but preaching is something that I love to do. Okay. So when I'm on stage and I'm preaching, I'm on fire. Yeah. Okay, but I can rap if you want me to.
I wanted
but
you
it's
to.
It's not like this kind of.
Just give me a gospel rap. Okay. I mean, I'm all geared for it.
Okay, now let's do it. I was the baddest chick on the block, huh? Natural born hustler, no more.
Yo. I mean, that's the thing, yeah. Jeal, tell us a bit about you. You pop in and out Ghana and we don't seem to. Just when we think Jeal is out there, then she's back with another hit. What's up? Why do you do that?
Okay, when I came out about 10 years ago. Okay. With my first album, and I came out doing like rap, gospel and different like high life, hip hop, gospel, reggae, R&B. I was doing like different kinds of music and everything, but it was like most people were not ready for the change. Okay. Gospel music, like they liked it one way. Yeah. Had to be reggae or really like a ballad, like a slow song, you know.
The more gracious anointing receiving, you know, that kind of
yeah,
gospel.
I mean, but what we do too is also gracious and anointed, but it's just the beats are different. So it was like a bit difficult, and it used to bother me. So I tried to do the kind of music that was rather accepted here in Ghana. And because it wasn't really me, I'll come out with one song, and I didn't really, you know, it wasn't me. So
are you trying to say like something like Adonai is not really you?
No, Adonai is me.
Okay.
Adonai is me. So what Jimmy Kwadia means to me now, that one is me.
Yeah.
But there were the other ones too that I tried to do, you know, to go out of my comfort zone, which is good. But I just wasn't feeling it too much. So, like, you can have one song like Adonai on an album, but there are other songs too that you do. And if the other songs are not really, you're not feeling them, you know, I decided just to sit back and ask God, like, what do you really want me to do? And he was like, just be yourself. So that's why I came out with this one.
With Papa San. It's all funky, dancer, really
yeah, but very anointed too.
Of course, we'll choose that one out. Yeah, I see. So, Jeal, tell us, are you doing gospel music as business, or are you doing it as a calling?
Well, I've been called into ministry, so I'm a minister.
Okay.
I preach every Sunday. So gospel music is something that I do for God. If God decides to bless me through it, I'll be grateful.
Okay. But so if God decides to bless you through gospel music, you'll be grateful. Do you go for events after performing and they all go, God bless you, and you have to walk back home?
Well, it hasn't happened yet, but I mean, I don't think anybody would do that though. Do they?
I hear. They say. So, more often than not, you know, gospel artists really do start from the church. And more often than not, the church will say, God bless you, dry words.
Okay, I haven't seen that yet.
I haven't experienced it either. They say.
Okay. For me, most of the time, I tell them, just if they say, how much will you take and all that, I'll say, whatever the Lord places upon your heart, you know.
You go with it. But I hear you're dusted, man.
Dusted. I'm blessed.
You're blessed. How do you define blessed?
As long as I can wake up in the morning and I'm okay, I'm breathing, I have Jesus Christ in my life, who makes me so happy. I think that's it. Because when you have Jesus, you have everything.
Sure, I agree. When you have Jesus, you have everything. When you have God, you need no worry about anything. But the dusted I'm talking about is, I hear you're rich with money. In fact, they rate you as one of the few gospel artists who have money. And, I mean, the car you drive in, the house you live in.
Oh my goodness. Well, I guess my father was, I think my father was wealthy. So I was just privileged, you know, and I also built on his legacy. So I won't say that I'm all that, but I'm just a child of God trying to do what God has called me to do. And I believe that whatever God gives you, if it's money, it's not really for you. It's for other people. So if God decides to bless me, he blesses me so that I can be a blessing. So
let me just poke here. Who are your money for? I mean, which other projects, foundations, or anything?
I have a foundation, Angels Home Foundation. In fact, I've been doing this, like charity work has been my thing since I was a kid. So I've been doing it. I have a center, like, you know, we have Sunday morning church service, but I have an empowerment center where the kids come in, you know, I empower them. I do so much. But
where can these kids find you?
East Legon.
Okay.
Yeah.
They just get to East Legon, they find Jeal?
No. If anybody wants to find me, they can go on Jeal Wiafe fan page. You know, I'm always there. So they can send me mail or, you know, anything.
I'm sure I'll be one of those kids coming to look for you.
Oh, you should. You love it.
Okay. But let's just go back to your music career. I won't give up. That's a title, right?
Won't give up.
Won't give up. Okay. Is that a single or is an album?
This is a single, but we're working on an album.
Okay. So how soon is this album coming out?
By January, February, it will be done. Hopefully.
Take us through some of the challenges as a gospel artist, a female gospel artist. Some of the challenges you've encountered so far?
Okay, for me personally, it's been like I told you, the fact that when my music was quite different, you know, from the normal kind of music. So it wasn't like, I had my people. I had people that God also touched to just be with me throughout the years. They've been wonderful. But the others that, they were just afraid of change. So it was quite difficult to convince them that, you know, the message is the same. I sing gospel. Gospel is the good news of Jesus Christ. So the message never changes. But methods do change. Because the world is evolving. Everybody's changing. And kids these days don't like certain types of music.
No, they don't even know it.
You understand? They don't like, so if you want to, I've been called to reach people. So how, I sit down and say, how am I going to reach them? Then I do what God has called me to do. But people were not understanding in the beginning. So that was like, you know, I was just, you know, sometimes I used to be very depressed. Like, God, you've called me to do this. Why, you know? But later I understood that if you want to be a pace setter, or, you know, you have to go. There's nothing easy.
And,
there's nothing easy on this earth.
So in one sentence, who is Jeal Wiafe?
Well, Jeal Wiafe is a Ghanaian, born and bred here. Although, you know, I go in and out. I'm from Kwao, my hometown. I love my hometown.
You eat the bats?
Not yet, though. Have you ever tried it? Have you ever tried it?
I haven't.
Okay. When you go to 37, there are so many of them there.
The 37 ones are stubborn. They are very, they are smart.
And I'm just somebody that the world or my family or people just never thought I would amount to anything when I was growing up, because I was just really out there. And God just decided to, you know, show.
When you say you were out there, what exactly do you mean?
No, I mean, like, before I gave my life to Christ, I was really wild. I was a wild child. So, you know, doing all sorts of things. And, you know, my people were just not expecting God to even touch me in any ways. But now when they see me, they cry. They're like, oh, if God can do it for her, God can do it for us too, you know. So I'm just a servant of God, a child of God who loves Jesus so much. That's about it.
Okay, so finally, with the collabo with Papa San, actually, is the album going to be full of collabos, or there'll be singles, just you?
We are doing, Papa San is producing this album, actually. I mean, his brother, Maurice Gregory, is producing, and his son, Taishin, they are producing the album, but Papa San is going to write most of the songs. I'll write some too. Maybe I'll do another one with him, and I'll just praying that I get somebody like Nicole Simolin, who I love, and somebody from Ghana or something. So it's going, but mostly it's going to be me. Like maybe I'm going to have like 5 songs just all by myself.
Okay, I won't let you go without you giving us your soothing voice. Just treat us with tune before I let you go.
Which song do you want to hear?
Take your favorite and give to us.
Won't give up the fight?
No, freestyle.
Yeah, okay, but with the song, right? You want
anything you want to give us, we would be grateful.
English or Tree?
Any. Pick your favorite and give to us.
All my songs are my favorite. So.
The one that comes to your lips, just pop it out.
Okay. So I jimin kwa dia misumina sini. Ahirimu hine. So I jimin kwa dia misuma yeyini. Ahirimu hine. So I jimin kwa dia misumi nyumni. Ahirimu hine. Jawo. You tried, you did well.
I did well. These days I've been trying very much. So we've been, you know, hanging out briefly with Jeal Wiafe. She just gave you that soothing voice. So just in case you're wondering what else is Jeal up to, she says that her album is going to come up very soon, so you can watch the space for her, and I'm sure as she's still popping in and out, she still has you in mind and will give you something that will be memorable of her. So that has been Jeal Wiafe. In a moment, your favorite critics, Francis and Nana, joins me to, you know, interrogate all the issues that made headlines in the entertainment industry. Please stay tuned.
Yeah, more than life to me, Jesus.
Like a winter summer breeze, blowing through my hair.
Talk to to them now.
More than I can see.
Sing to them now.
Presence everywhere.
God every time.
I feel you in my heart.
You know?
My soul cries out for you.
Zaga, zaga, zaga.
You're so real to me.
Yeah.
It's more than deja vu.
Come on. Hey.
Take me to the place where peace will heal my soul. I'm walking on my tears.
What do you under there?
Hold me by my hand. Let the sun into my day. You brighten up my life.
Watch out.
The darkness disappears. I won't give up the fight.
Never, never, never. Hey. Song a sing no ganja no bun. Offering we bring no knife and no gun. Trap the whip cause slavery days done. When a Christian now step in a freedom. Keep by your mouth and go and go sit down. Stop scandalize cause man I got son. Them can't take me. Watch me smile and me flex. Men a bust a sweat. Come on, I got blessed.
So this is a time where you get to hear your critics' opinions, their comments, their lash and well, they don't this, their bluntness on all the issues I'm talking about. Francis Doku, entertainment analyst, and Bertrand Nana Texan, entertainment critic. Hi, guys. Are you guys at all?
Yeah, we're guys.
Of course.
At least I'm a guy.
You're a guy. Nana, are you a man or a guy?
Man.
It's been quite a week, right?
Yeah.
I like your shirts, Nana.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so let's
Don't
just...
like mine. Eh?
Oh, Uncle Francis, I love your shirt. I like Nana's shirt. I love your shirt.
Oh dear, trouble. You always find fault, don't you?
Did I find fault?
Yes, indeed.
Did I?
You started nicely and then you ended up poorly.
Psychologically, you decided to read meaning. Okay, so the FOKN boys have taken off. One has taken off completely his dreadlocks. The other one has partially taken. He says he's left 9 of those locks. Have you seen them?
Yes, I have.
Francis, have you?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so let's just recap the FOKN boys with their rasters off. And then when we come back, at least Uncle Francis would have seen, so he can better comment.
Be like we a dream, oh. The things we dey work for, fight for, live for, die for.
You can always expect anything extreme from the FOKN boys, but if you were asked to guess their next outrageous action, you would never have gotten it right that the duo could shave off their several years of nurtured dreadlocks. So what's the next craziest thing we should be watching out for?
No, we don't plan crazy things. They just crazy things find us.
How come you have tiny rasta here?
Tiny rasta, big locks.
This is hectic.
Yes, my own saffron.
Mine is a member of parliament.
So it's eating big hair cream.
Why did you opt for this?
I don't know.
Why do I even call it braids?
It's not braids, it's just normal locks. There's different types. The person who did it for me, who twisted it. Me, my own, I twisted it and left it.
Over the weekend, the controversial artists are reported to have stepped into a vibrant shop in Nima, a suburb of Accra, with the intention of going to urinate, but realized upon entering that it was the best time to shave those famous locks. Speaking in an interview on Joy FM, Mensa said they were motivated to shave their dreads due to the bad name some personalities with locks have earned for people with rastas, adding that instead of them campaigning that such personalities cut their rastas, they thought they shouldn't infringe on other people's right, so they rather cut their iconic dreadlocks.
Is this all a dream? Charlie, give me pincho, 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 pincho.
There's actually a video that shows them with their dreadlocks off completely. I'd like us to see that video as well.
Be like we a dream, oh. The things we dey work for, fight for, live for, die for. One house on the mountain.
When news and their picture went viral on the internet that they had shaved their long years of nurtured dreadlocks, many thought they were mere rumors. But when showbiz caught up with the FOKN boys, they confirmed and explained why they had their dreadlocks shaved.
I want to go to somebody's shop just to say I want to urinate, just like that. And one love said that, okay, if we go out, we should say that we want to cut our hair. Then they'll say at least we are using their service before we use their services, the toiletries. So we just started, so please, we'll cut our hair when we finish, we'll just urinate there.
No, we see now the barber has just put the machine there. But the way he cut it was too fast. So by the time one realized, we had to run away.
You still are a Rasta man. You still have a Rasta on.
No, please. If I was a Rasta, I would never use a scissors or a blade against my head. It's in the Bible, Nazareth, something, something, something. So I'm not a Rasta. That one, please, I beg you.
The FOKN boys are meanwhile entreating all their fans to meet them at the National Theatre this December 23 for the premiering of their Cause of Money Part 2. Don't miss it.
So, what on earth would make... Nana, what would make you take off your dreadlocks?
Personally, if I feel like, yeah.
So in that case, you think they felt like?
They just want attention. This is no news to me. At the end bits, what did they say? They have a show on wine at the National Theatre. Yeah. This is no news, really. I mean, it came out. Raggae also apparently had posted something about him looking like he had, shaved it off. He had some attention. So why not? These guys always want to be in the news. So this is another thing they'll be in the news. Maybe next week, I don't know. Let me predict what they can do. Maybe they'll come after you.
Uncle Francis, do you want to comment?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think we've all realized that these guys, they do not do anything without any reason behind it. Anytime there's some news about them doing something, it means that they have something they are going to do. So I mean, as Nana said, towards the end, we realized that all this is it's a PR something and publicity stunt, if you like, for something they're going to do at the National Theatre.
National Theatre, their Cause of Money Part 2.
Yeah. So
you think
he grew his locks.
Yeah.
He
decides when he wants to cut it. I mean, it's normal. I go to the barber every 2 weeks. To cut my hair,
which is not even salon.
So I mean, if after how many years he decides to go to the barber, and but I think the part where he said he just went and do it, the barber just took it. And I think
it's just one of those.
Should tell that to the Marines, not us.
All right, so enough with the.
Or tell that to Vicky.
She will leak it for you. All right, so at Shami, one time at Shami, they seem to still have something up between them. Quite recently, we heard from Kofi Ochame. He says it's now Kofi Ochame. Okay. Coming up with all manner of comments from those days. Have you heard about them?
Yes, I have. I read it on the net on Thursday on Peace FM's website. And the story had a headline. I said that Kofi Ochame said that Ochame Kwame doesn't know how to write.
Doesn't have the writing skills. All their 6 albums, he wrote all 5 songs. And even the 5th one, he practically did 90%.
So normally on some of the websites, you don't really trust the kind of headlines they put. So I read it in the showbiz, and I realized that the headline in the showbiz was different, from what the story on the internet had done. And the spin that was put on it was quite different. I mean, this was somebody who was asked a question about the previous time, and he answers the question, and a set of twist was put on it in the sense that to portray it as if he was saying that Kwame doesn't have any writing. What he answered to the question was that he wrote most of the songs. He didn't even refer to, of course, somebody can infer that if you say you wrote it, then it means that that guy cannot. But to twist it like that, I thought was a bit disingenuous to him.
But there's also the report that whilst he was making those comments, Ochame Kwame was called in, and he said if Ochame Kwame was going to comment, he was going to go off the interview.
Yes. I mean, the guy said, look, I have a new album I'm coming out with, and I am getting a publicity. I'm making publicity. I don't know how to say that. I'm publicizing the new album and my new image. So if you call me for me to talk, let me talk about why you called me. Okay, because I think there's this tendency on radio that anytime you call one person, you want to also call another person. And
clap their heads together and make news.
And so he said, look, guy, you called me for something. Let's talk about that. I think that's a very legitimate thing to say. Because you don't call me and try to create unnecessary controversy or something. I mean, these guys have really had a lot.
We also don't know why they went their separate
ways. I mean, the guys decided to split. And anytime people like to knock their heads together, and I think it's a bit too much. I mean, they decide to part for whatever reason. They're no more. So if you want to ask me something about, a new album I'm coming out with, ask me. Because now I said I have a new image. I am not rapping anymore. I'm singing and all that. Let's talk about that. But why go and try to knock heads? But, well, I mean, the journalists will always want to have a story. So they need to know how to deal with it. I mean, even as it has come out, they should see how to manage it, because I think that they may have their issues, but everybody has moved on now.
Sure.
I mean, Kwame is still into his music, he's managing his one mic. Kofi's gone into his M-Clan, managing his new image and all that. Doing radio as well. So there's a need for them to see how to manage it, but I think an attempt by the media sometimes to knock it is becoming a bit too much.
The media being mischievous or diabolic.
You can't blame the media on content, but like he's saying, they should be responsible. It wasn't necessary for you to invite the other party to talk about something totally different from what reason he had decided to grant you the interview. I think it's called ambushing.
Yeah, so
ambush the person. But also after that, I want to borrow his English. After that being said, how do you normally say that? It's a nice way you put it. After that being said, I hope it's good English. Stop laughing, sir and madam. I think Okyeame Kwame handled the whole thing maturely. When he was asked whether he'd like to respond to the comments the gentleman made, he said no. Rather, I also have some issues or some projects coming up which I would like to talk about, And I thought that was a very mature way of handling the issue. Secondly, also, I also thought perhaps the Okyeame Kofi didn't mean to go that far by insinuating that this gentleman didn't have any writing skill. Because if he really did say that, then he would be disingenuous. Because Okyeame Kwame, as we know, wrote a song for even Morris Babyface. If you hate me, shame on you, which is a very nice song. Also, I sat with him, he told me other, songs he had written. So he is lyrically gifted.
And I think about the last two Ghana Music Awards, he won the
songwriter.
I think the one before this.
Yeah, that's the last one.
Sure, So for it to come across as though the gentleman was saying that he didn't have any writing skill, I thought that was a bit overboard on him or the presenter's part to try and create some content for his program. They like the controversy thing. Yeah. Sometimes you go to certain shows and they go like, more fire. I'm like, is this a sports show or is this Black Rasta's show?
Is this a countryman songo?
Exactly my point, I decide what to say at what time depending on my emotions and how I feel about the issue. I don't need anybody poking me. That's a bit too choreographed, which I think is a bit unnecessary. Yeah, and I don't look like a puppet. Do I? No.
You don't.
I mean, look at you again.
All right, so
I knew this one would go there. Can I cross my leg?
Please do.
Okay, sure.
So long as cross your leg. Let's talk about Shatta Wale and Samini.
Right.
You heard a song, right, that Shatta Wale released just about 3 days ago.
Yes.
Was that necessary?
Senior, you take this first.
You are the
dancehall
man. You're the dancehall king.
So whilst you contemplate who should take it first, you remember Shatta Wale actually during the is it the Bass Awards nominees jam?
Yes.
He actually said that go tell if you saw Samini, tell him I'll go on my knees any day to apologize to him. Let's just recap that one. When we come back, we'll also maybe we should just play it back to back. So we'll take Shatta Wale first, saying that he wants to apologize to Samini on his knees. And afterwards, we hosted Samini on the white carpet. And I think he had some pleasant things to say, real things to say about Shatta Wale. And when we come back, we shall be reviewing what Shatta Wale has actually done very recently.
And the promise he said, I go kneel down, make me and Samini do music, here I go do for you people. I love you before I swear. What's my worry? We don't make nobody bring divisions. We are from family, Christian homes, Muslim homes, so we respect for our culture. I'm not saying people, you don't worry you. But I say if I go kneel down, if you're there because of Samini, that will say me. I say I go kneel down and beg them, make me do one music for fun. Give it a September.
Pink Sheet was not targeted at an individual.
Okay.
I spoke about the fact that real has to recognize real, and that if you're not real, you're eventually going to fade away because it only takes real people in this business. So who the cap fit will wear at the end of the day.
Is Shatta Wale a real person?
I would not be the one to judge that.
You watch him?
Well, I watch him. Everybody, like, it depends on how talent appeals to everybody. I think he's a very talented artist. Yeah. But as to people being real or fake,
is he a real talent?
He's a real talent.
That will last?
I can't put my. I am not responsible for that, but I don't wish him to fall now, because the more strong talents like that we have.
So back to back, Shatta Wale saying that he would apologize to Samini on his knees, and then Samini maturely saying those objective things about him. I mean, it was real for professional sake. It was real that he said he did not commend Shatta Wale, but Shatta Wale as a dancehall talent. And I thought it was matured of him. I asked him, but
we all said he had matured.
So is it really necessary that Shatta Wale comes up?
No,
have you listened to the track?
You have to put it in context. Shatta Wale's response was
an old thing.
No. Just this week, a few days before he came out
on
with
Monday.
There was
Samini released something.
Samini released 2 songs.
Yeah. That has released 2 songs.
One on Monday and then one was
yesterday.
Yes, it was a diss song, you know, and it was just a response to it.
I see.
And I think the first one wasn't necessary.
True.
Yeah.
But the second one was an overkill. I mean, it was like too much. It went.
Yeah.
And I was listening to him today on Peace FM. They called him and he was speaking.
Shatta Wale,
yeah, and you could feel that he was speaking from his heart. That look, for a long time, and listen, if you listen to his song, he had never done any diss until now. That he thinks that Samini wants to get him out of business or whatever it is, because anytime there's a show and the show promoters ask Samini or tell him that Shatta Wale will be on the show, then he says that if he will be, then he won't play.
Oh, really?
And, you know, I mean, that's what he said. Whether that's true or not is another thing. Unfortunately, they couldn't get through to Samini for him to talk as well, you know, so he couldn't get his side. And so for him, it's like Samini has for so many years tried to sabotage him. And the last one was for him the
Monday days.
Yeah, the Monday days was the straw that broke the camel's back.
Okay.
So he went
viral. Gaga and said
all the thing, all necessary.
It's typical dancehall.
Yes. I'm not too surprised about it, especially because I also follow the genre so much. But I thought I was deceived, you know, because when Samini came here, I commended him for being so maturely
it's just about doing same.
Sure,
I mean, I have actually done it.
So for me to hear, you know, that he actually did something like that
afterwards,
in the name of the game, I don't mind.
Yeah, this is a
But
lot,
just
you know.
a few moments after you had come here to do all the recommendations, etc., and then you go further to do that. That means you're courting some attention. You know what you're getting into. And you know very well when you do this gentleman already is looking for the opportunity to vent his stupidity anyways. Okay? So you do that, knowing very well the response you're going to get. And what happens? He came up with something absolutely ridiculous.
Very
insulting, vulgar, you know, which even borders beyond creativity. And even going further to violence. Because if you insult somebody's mother and then go further to say, I slept with your girlfriend.
No, because you say he also said that in a song, Samini said, baby. And if you say baby, then you are saying that a person who gave
Son
birth
of
to me
female
is
dog.
But it's the same thing that got Black Rasta slapping Kobolo.
No, exactly. So, personally, I'm not condoning any of their actions. In the name of music as a game, dance hall, it is cool. It's accepted. But do we live in Jamaica? Last time I checked, last time I said capital town of Accra is Ghana, right? Capital town of Ghana is Accra.
Not Jamaica.
And our rules are totally different.
City.
So quietly your head was down, you were thinking of something diabolic. So we don't really, have to condone such nonsense.
I think they've gone beyond,
It is not nice. And coming from the big boy Samini, I thought it was so unnecessary. He's beyond that. Do you hear Reggie Rockstone doing that?
Oh, come on.
Do you hear Kojo Intwi answering people when they talk about him?
Does he even have people to answer?
Good question. Do you remember also your president? Unsu need residents. You remember by Chicago? This Reggie Rockstone. Guess what Reggie did? You get there. What happened to his career? So such things, you should just laugh it off, instead of going all gaga and things. And look at what's happening. Unfortunately, it's our little siblings and nieces and nephews who are going to listen to this trash.
Exactly. And it's on the internet. So, they can all catch up with it and listen. And,
I think there should be a way to call an order. For them to...
Next week, we actually would be asking us if we have any censorship board for the music we listen to. Because we do have censorship board for movies. But we don't seem to have for music.
Should do that.
Anyway.
I'm sure they don't.
They said the music it did wasn't for radio, just online. So,
but children do go online anyway. So
how do you block? Tell people not to go online? If it's radio, then they can listen.
Anyway, our time is up. Too fast, too quickly.
I was fired up with this topic, but unfortunately,
I have to kill that fire.
Crash landing.
Me, anticlimax. Too bad, man.
Yeah, David, too bad for Nana. David, you haven't tried for Nana. Next time, make sure you stop the clock. So
especially that when you bring something about
dancehall. Right. Thank you so much for coming through. Respect.
We're going to the Foresight music video.
You going? Oh, okay. Pass through. Unfortunately, I won't be able to make it, but our eyes are already there, so you can trust that. Next week, we'll show you snippets of how it went at the Foresight Music Video Awards, who picked what and how they expressed their excitement after they picked. So this has been your critic segment with Bertrand, Nana Texan, and Francis Doku. Interrogating all the issues. As usual, I'd like to say thank you to you, Edwin, for being with us throughout this 1 hour. And Nanaya Radio of nanaya18.com. Yeah, thanks so much for also being with us. Lee Bridges, Sami DB, all of the White Carpet Showbiz group. Thank you so much for being with us. My costume was by Sparrow Couture. Sparrow Couture is at Shiashi, so you can always check on Sparrow Couture, or you can reach them on 0244 792 532. So this has been the White Carpet. My name, once again, is Gladys Osei Uredu. Catch us for a recap tomorrow, Sunday at 9:30 p.m. and same time on Saturday.
Oh baby, don't worry. Don't worry. Oh baby, don't worry. Don't worry. Money we need me busa me and my choke me ni obika enti me nya modem me tete ni obika ya muli ati mo say muslim me sonko o se ku myself yama myself aka myself ye myself family myself Chana myself. Them seen there having scaling, constant taxing, frustration, kill me. I see.